Okay, I have a few different design ideas that I'm going to add in before we get into the video on making screws. In the next video, we're going to actually be making screws and placing them all around the mesh here. First thing I want to do is add in a single vert as usual. You're probably tired of hearing me say that, but it's important. So we're going to move it over here somewhere. I'm going to position it right in this area perhaps. Extrude across on the x-axis. Let's move it down a bit. Let's extrude up in this direction. Right about here maybe. And then just go ahead, fill this guy, and we're going to use this as a cutter for a slice. So I'm going to go ahead, shift select this, and then press Control / on the number pad, and for some reason I have a duplicate piece here. Anyways, Control / on the number pad, and now we have this. So I'm just going to immediately, after we add in this piece, move the boolean above the bevel to make sure we have that bevel there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and move this to the cutters collection. Next, I'm just going to add in a few more cutters for this piece. So I'm going to shift and right click to move the 3D cursor up here. I'm going to go ahead and scale a cube down, and then just maybe run a slice, or not a slice, a difference boolean through here. Let's scale it up on the Y, so that way we kind of have this design going on. Now make sure once again you put the boolean above the bevel so the ends of that get beveled, and we can move this to the cutters collection. So now all I want to do is add in maybe 2 more cubes. We'll add one here, scale it down. Gonna go ahead and bevel these top edges with Control B. Then let's go ahead and duplicate this in edit mode so that way it's just one object. Move another one over here, and then run a difference boolean like so. And of course, I'll remind you again, boolean above the bevel, so that way we get that effect. And let's just scale this guy up all the way on the Y, so that way it just passes completely through there. So we'll just move this to the cutters collection, and then we're going to start an additional design right here in the middle. This one should be easy as well. So we're just going to use a cube, position this guy in here somewhere, just move it into the middle. First thing I want to do is bevel this bottom edge like so. That looks pretty decent. And I want to run a paneling type of effect like we have on this piece here. So let's go ahead and consider how we could do that. What we could do is probably just use another cube. In all honesty, we'll move this over here. Let's rotate it 45 degrees, maybe a little bit more steep than that. Just try to match up the angle. I'm going to go ahead and scale down the cube, put it right about here. And then what we can do is bevel this guy with Control B. Move it towards the middle, scale it up a bit. And I'm just going to run a slice operation through this piece with Control /. And now if I want a good paneling effect, I just need to put this in a better position. So maybe right around here will be okay, and we'll move that to the cutters collection. And then real quick, I want to bevel this edge down here, give it some roundedness, and we'll do the same thing up here, but what we're going to have to do is pull this face down a bit, so maybe about here, in which case we can go ahead and run a bevel on this area as well. I don't know, I think it looks pretty decent. And then all I want to do is, of course, what we're going to need to do is apply a bevel to both. Real quick though, I want to apply the boolean here, so let's add a new data user and apply the boolean. So now we have the ability to add in a little notch here with Control B, and once again, if it doesn't bevel correctly, just recalculate the normals. So now we have a little notch sitting right there. And we're probably going to put a screw hole down here and up in the top in the next video, so let's not worry too much about it right now. And at this point, we're just going to go ahead and drop on a bevel, about 3 segments set to angle, and just the usual stuff. Shade it smooth, auto smooth, and just adjust the offset and harden the normals like that. Also, you should probably apply the scale so that way everything's even. That looks good, and then let's go ahead and just copy the modifiers. Did I do it the wrong way around? No, I didn't. I just need to probably drop the clamp, or maybe just increase the offset a bit. And that looks pretty decent to me. Now I definitely want to put screws in this thing, and I want a screw to be down here in the bottom and up here in the top right. In the next video we're going to be doing all the stuff with screws, but I at least want to get this thing prepared for now and add a hole for the screws. And also, this miter type needs to be set to arc. That looks a lot cleaner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shift to right click to move the 3D cursor over here. Add a cylinder. 32 vertices is fine. We're just going to rotate this guy. Scale it down. You can press the period key on the number pad to zoom in on an object. Shade smooth and then auto smooth. Let's go ahead and actually we'll just add into it first. One up here, and now what we can do is maybe control minus there and control minus here. And the shading is going crazy simply because we need to move these booleans above the bevel, and now we're pretty much good to go. So we'll just go ahead and move these cutters to the cutters collection. And as for this video, we can stop here.